What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we finally got our hands on the first version that's going to be going live in a couple of days of The Wandering Village. If you've never seen this game before, it's been making the rounds on social media for probably a year or two. Every now and again, you'll see like a highly upvoted GIF of it go around. It's a game where you're building a colony on the back of a giant dinosaur called an Onbu. And basically, you pilot your Onbu all over the place on an FTL-style map to go get various resources that you need in order to keep surviving. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where you're not allowed to be near the ground because the ground is covered in poison gas. And so anyways, that's why everybody lives on the back of an Onbu. Today, we are going to dive in and take a look at the game. I will be doing my best along the way to give you my first impressions, qualitative critiques, as it were, as we play through. If there's things that I like or don't like, I'll try to leave those things on the table so that you can decide whether or not this is a title that you wanted to support with your hard-earned cash. If after watching this you did want to get the game, a link is always in the description down below. On top of that, you can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. Pretty solid chance that this weekend at some point, I'll probably end up streaming the game so that we can get a little bit further on into it. Because in all honesty, it can be really difficult to do like high quality appraisals of games like this that are intended to have like massive hours of playtime. And so getting like 3 or 4 hours in as a supplementary material tends to help with the 30-minute video that we've put out so far. So anyways, let's dive on into the game. We're going to put things on the normal difficulty. The save file will be named Fart because that is what I always name my save file. It's what I've named my save file since I was like 9 years old. I've never retrofitted. I've never gone back through or upgraded anything. For me, self-improvement more or less stopped at potty training. It is what it is.
Toxic spores. We kept wandering, looking for shelter. But not in our wildest dreams did we imagine what we would find.
Okay, so here we are inside the game world, and we've awakened our Onbu. First thing we need to do, well, first thing to bring up is that the map is procedural. It is procedural kind of in shape and also in kind of components, I suppose. But if you've ever played anything like RimWorld or you've played anything, you know, any colony sim out there, Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld, Clanfolk, you know, the list goes on and on and on. You will understand that there are berry bushes, there are trees, there are rocks. Some of these things are edible, some of these things are not. We are going to go through a very painful process to figure out which ones are and aren't. But anyways, there are things around the map. We have to gather them. We have to build up a village. We have to survive. As we play the game, our Onbu is going to like wander around and do stuff. The map is also procedurally generated, in case you were wondering. But along the way, we'll find events, we'll find settlements, we'll find like nomads that want to join up and be a part of our colony. We'll find places to feed the Onbu. We'll find places to sleep the Onbu. All that kind of stuff. So let's go through the UI real fast before we get trucking. The game does have a push pause, and I've gone ahead and done that. Top left, you can see our resources. We've got some berries. We've got some wood because, you know, if you're on the back of a giant dinosaur, that gives you wood. And then we've also got some stone over here. We've got some water for planting crops. We've got our research menu, how many meals we have available, how many villagers we have, how many of them are idle, our speed controls, bug reporting. We've got the temperature at the moment. We've got how much humidity in the air there is. That's going to be really, really important for the water condensers. So basically, we're going to be moisture farmers like Luke. And then over here, we've got how poisoned the ground is underneath the Onbu. Now, we've also got a number of other little menus we can look at here. We've got the Onbu poison level, so you can force your Onbu to go to places that normally are not Onbu friendly, but it's going to have, like, lasting negative effects on the old boo boy. Over here, we've also got our Onbu's hunger. I do wish that I could name the Onbu. I feel like that's a major feature oversight. I'm just saying it would add some sentimentality to each run. You get to name him. Like I would name mine Wiggles. He looks like a Wiggles. Look, it looks like a Wiggles. I don't know, he looks like a Wiggles to me. I don't know what he looks like to you. He looks like a Wiggles to me. Alright, but anyways, that's more or less the UI taken care of. This is how sleepy the Onbu is. Right now, the Onbu is asleep, and we have no method by which to control this giant dinosaur. Later on, we will have, like, bribes, and we will have ways to slingshot food into his face. things that will allow us to bribe him to do the things we want him to do. But for right now, we're pretty much stuck. Like, that's it. We pretty much go where the Onbu takes us. So let's get to it, shall we? Now, the first thing I like to do in games like this is I like to set up kind of like a little blueprint of where I want everything to go. And I'm kind of thinking that we just sort of run a road right back like so. And then maybe we have that go down to there and that go over to there. Pretty sure the road gives people a speed bonus, and we are going to want them to be effective while moving around. The first thing I noticed when I started playing this game in preparation for like this video is just how fluid and good looking the animation is. It looks really, really nice with these little 2D sprites that run around on top of kind of like a pseudo 2D, 3D background. Like, the game is actually billboarded very, very well. It's a game that's been billboard. If you don't know what billboarding is where you use 2D sprites in a 3D environment, and it's where they rotate in order to face the player no matter what direction the player is looking from. I'm calling it billboarding. It's probably not billboarding, but there is a difference between a game that has 2D sprites superimposed on 3D backgrounds well and poorly, and this, in my opinion, is a game that has done it very, very well. For right now, I'd like to have a residential district, so I'm going to go ahead and run a road up that way. And then we are going to start harvesting and deploying houses so that people can have places to live. We don't want to harvest the berry bushes with this harvesting tool right here because that gets rid of them forever. Instead, what we'll want to do is we'll want to be very, very gentle about our harvesting because there are buildings you can get inside the game that make the berry fields an infinite resource, basically, that is constantly trickling food into your coffers. And since I remember from the demo having a lot of problems keeping my food levels high, I'd like to avoid that this time around. So there we go. Everybody's going off and chopping trees. Every single activity in the game is marvelously well animated. It looks like they're using either like... It's hard to say, like 8-frame animations? It's hard to say, but anyways, they look really, really good. They look smooth. They look fluid. It makes the world feel very much alive. I do like the way that the characters are saturated just like the world, so if they sink into the aesthetic and they look like they fit, they look like they belong. They've even got little shadows and whatnot that are really well animated as well. They just look fantastic. And so this is one of those games that I think, with regard to the visual complement of the game, it looks very, very good. All right, so we are going to need a couple of things. We're going to need a material storage. I'll probably put that somewhere about the center of town. That's going to be a place where they can drop off our wood. We also probably want to build a pantry. That's going to cost us 10 wood and 10 stone. That's okay. We can afford it. We'll put it right there. And then we're going to need a water tank. That's also going to be an important fixture. So let's get going. I'm going to deploy all 3 of those buildings, and I'm going to kind of see where it leaves us with regards to our resources. Like, I don't know if it's going to use up everything we have stored up or if we're still going to have a surplus. It appears to me as though we definitely have a surplus. Yeah, I feel okay with it. We still have a whole lot of resources rattling around, so let's go ahead and get the houses done. Each of these little houses that we build, it's got room for 8 people, or I'm sorry, for 2 people, and we have 16 people, which means we are going to need like 8 of these. And so we'll just kind of put them down like so. Make a nice little grid of living over here. Not necessarily fire safe. If anybody lights anything on fire, it's probably going to be catching and it's going to suck. But like, that's life. And it also leaves me room to run another road kind of this way towards our berry harvesters. We do want to get a berry harvester up, and we want to get that berry harvester up about as soon as possible. We can get like 40% efficiency, unfortunately. We can't get up as high as I would like to with our efficiency. But, you know, you can't always get what you want. Oh, please don't sue me. I can't afford it. All right? I can't afford it. I'm just like, I'm a mid-level Andy YouTuber. You can't do me like this. I will never financially recover if you sue me for that song, all right? Just, it was dictated in love and adoration, even though I don't really like classic rock altogether that much and think it's overplayed. But anyways, I'm more of a punk rock guy. I'll be honest with you. A little bit more of like a Pennywise, the Casualties, Lagwagon, that kind of guy. But, you know, I guess there's a time and a place for classic rock. We're going to get this place up and going, and this is what is going to turn these berries into an infinite resource. We do want to assign workers to it, so we've got 3 workers running around now, and what you will see is that our meals are falling off very, very, very quickly, so we need to get people going on the food gathering, and we need them to be numerous while doing it. In fact, the food situation is somewhat concerning enough that I would almost suggest we do 2 of them. I think I will. It looks like we're going to need some more rocks, though. We need 15 rocks and 15 wood. So let's go queue up some more activities. We'll get some rocks from over there. We will chop down some trees over here. We'll chop down trees kind of in this area. You can get wood out of these giant trunks and whatnot, and as you go through various biomes, your map will get... Oh, we're moving. Are we? Oh, it looked like we were moving for a second. All right, we weren't moving. I think he's just, like, breathing, and it's rocking us back and forth. So as far as our food goes, it looks like we're evening out the curve. I don't know how much we're going to produce. We were at like minus 25, and now it's up to minus 16. I don't think these produce very quickly. We may need to have to find another way to get around our food expenditure. Oh, now we moving. There we go. Well done, Wiggles. Onwards. See, we need to get this thing kitted out properly. Like, Wiggles doesn't have the... Like, we need to get some artillery cannons on here. We need to get, like, you know, some MG42 nests kind of hidden behind some of the horns or, like, in these little craggy bits over here in the nooks and crannies so that if anybody attacks Wiggles, you know, we can just unload on it. Production for the day is looking like it's heading towards being a positive number. Everybody's eating right now, but that'll help us get a better grasp on what it is we need to build. Now, the buildings, they do not rotate. You cannot, like, move them around and make them face in a different direction. Down is always down, up is always up. I know that some people like the ability to rotate buildings, but in the case of this game, it'd probably make it look cheap and weird if you could rotate this to the right to get it to affix to a road. And so I kind of get why they did it the way that they did it. Food is officially positive. Not bad. Or at least neutral. So I think I can live with that for right now. The final thing that we need to get up and running is we need to start moving some research. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a research building. There it is. And I say we just kind of plop this bad boy, I don't know. Maybe like right there. Yeah, it seems okay. You guys get to work. Get your thing going. I know you're all engorged on blackberries right now or whatever it is that you're all eating. Whatever sort, but this place contains fresh food for the Onbu. Is he gonna do an eat animation? I wanna watch Wiggles eat. Wiggles, my boy, you gonna eat? Do I have to go down there to get those things for the Onbu? Or is he just gonna, like, chillax? Like, I'd figure, like, who's gonna stop him? Look how big he is. Like, if he wants to stop and eat, I guess he'll stop and eat. I guess we're walking through it. I was thinking maybe he would graze or something, but... okay, so I gotta get a trebuchet. We've got our first technology. We can get the horn blower, which allows us to give orders to the Onbu, or we can get a kitchen that processes our food. Let's get the Onbu horn first, so that we can be like... and, like, command Wiggles to do things. I get the feeling an Onbu is kind of like a cat. It sort of does what it wants to do, but we need to find ways to motivate the Wiggles. Now that we have our food taken care of, and we've got our housing taken care of, we got our storage taken care of, I think we'll probably start moisture farming a little bit. So let's go ahead and see where we can fit in a water condenser. We'll put that in right there. And then we will run a road out this way. And I feel like we're already off to a pretty decent start. Technology's already 5% researched, so that's good. And honestly, I think this thing's name might be Onbu. It may not be an Onbu. I think it may be Onbu. I don't know. Maybe that's why I can't name him. Either way, we need to, like, get some serious, like, battle Onbu action going on here. Like, if there aren't other Onbus in the world, like, we should be able to, like... You know how in Mystical Ninja from, like, now and again, like, on the N64, you would go into, like, giant robot mode, and you would get into, like, a fight with foes in giant robot mode? Like, I feel like there's a big opportunity here to weaponize our Onbu. That's all that I'm saying. Like, I know that's probably not the first place that my mind should go when it comes to managing, like, a giant creature. I'm just saying, though, I sort of feel like we have the mechanism right now to force our way of life on everybody else. Like, do they have a giant dinosaur covered in spikes? Because I have a giant dinosaur covered in spikes. And I feel like that means I get to dictate the terms of how the world functions. As per usual, Splattercat is drunk on the power of giant dinosaurs. All right, let's go ahead and chop down some trees. We'll get some more wood going. I don't want to see idle villagers around. Everyone must make their way or be fed to Onbu. That's another thing is, like, can we get, like, a sacrificial pit that allows us to just throw bad villagers that do bad things directly into Onbu's stomach? I mean, Wiggles' stomach? I feel like Wiggles is a better name than Onbu. You encountered a small group of villagers. Will you let them join the village? Sure. Welcome aboard. Oh, cool. We got 3 more guys. Nice. I'm going to make them work on the farm because I just built a farm. And then for now, I don't think there's too much to do except take in the sights and sort of just let the Onbu cruise until we... I mean, where are we going? Like, what's our next point of interest? So there is a short cold snap that affects the growth of our plants. There is an Onbu sleeping spot. He is looking a little bit tired. Apparently there's a busted settlement. And, like, along the way, it looks like we're allowed to send out away parties that will go retrieve things from these various nodes that are on the maps. Okay. We do need to place our farm plots. So I suggest we get on top of that for right now. I don't know if these guys are going to be able to manage all these farm plots because it recommends 5 workers. We just picked up 3, so I guess I can throw 2 more on in and we'll keep an eye on them. We'll see what that does to our overall food supply. I assume it's going to go okay. Oh, I like how they've got the sprites kind of layered right there. Like, if you look, the mill is behind this house right here. And then the flags are set up behind, like the prayer flags or whatever they are. They're set up behind the hut right there. Yeah, looks pretty good. I like it. Onbu's sleeping spot, my man. Apparently he sleeps on feathers. Okay. Wiggles has a taste for the finer things in life. None of that Tempur-Pedic mattress nonsense for Onbu. No, sir. You give me a bed of giant turkey feathers or nothing. Oh, he's going down. He's actually taking the opportunity. Okay, well, there you go, man. Catch some... Oh, dude, look at his yawn. He's adorable. All right, cool. I have one suggestion about something that might make this game better. Various achievements could unlock hats that we can put on the Onbu. Just saying. Just saying. Everybody loves hats. Like Team Fortress 2. The entire point of that game is just to collect hats. I don't even think anybody plays it seriously. Everybody's just there for the hats. That's all. This is honestly probably good news because we have that cold snap up ahead. And this is at least going to let us get 1 harvest in from our crops before anything else goes too wild and crazy. I still don't know exactly how many of these farmers I should have. Wow, they're going through water pretty quickly. How fast does this condense water? Looks like reasonably quickly. But not like crazy fast. I like how we have 24/7 Onbu cam over here. It's just like letting us know what he's up to. Apparently Onbu stirs. It is time for us to move forward into the great and wide world. We've got a beet, I guess. We're growing beets out here. Not the vegetable I would have grown. I probably would have gone with something a little bit more flavor neutral. You know, something like carrots. Something like potatoes. I think those are always a crowd pleaser. Beets I feel like are really polarizing. Like, I don't like beets. I think beets are just the worst. On the plus side, that means that, like, we do have... Did that guy just rub the... Did you see that? That guy just rubbed a beet on his tummy until it disappeared. We eat strangely in these lands. But anyways, at least if we have beets, that means we have access to sugar. So that's pretty cool. We can actually make, like, sugar beet candies and things. How's our research going? Our research takes a while. I was hoping it would go a little bit quicker. I wonder if I, like, double or triple up on these research buildings over here. if it'll make the research go faster. Oh, I gotta build more houses, too. I didn't even think about that. I'm not properly providing for my people. We'll get 2 more houses over there, and then I'll probably make a research building just to see how that goes. We can make a worker post, which allows you to specifically assign people to certain tasks. But honestly, what I've found from testing the game out is they seem to do tasks pretty much on their own without the worker post. And when I use the worker post, I find that I end up with shortages of certain jobs or certain activities because I'm over-assigning or under-assigning. And, like, if I don't build that, I feel like they do perfectly fine on their own. And so I haven't really been building the worker post. Like, maybe later on, once the population is higher, it's going to become, like, a lot more vital and, like, required. But it hasn't been so far. Research is done, which is good because we actually need that horn because we're going to have to make a turn. There's a junction on the road up ahead. Learn how to grow cacti in your farms. They will give you an alternative water source in hot climates. That seems really smart to have because what I remember from the demo is that I was good until I went into the desert and then I promptly explosively died. And so anyways, we need to command the Onbu, so we'll go ahead and get a hornblower. Oh, the hornblower's got to be like way the hell over there. Gotcha. All right, well, get the old Toot Toot Tower up and see if you can get it done quickly because I would like to force the Onbu to go left if we can manage it. Strong possibility we're not going to make it. However, research it looks like it's additive. To me, it looks like the research is going faster now that I have 2 researchers. So there's a thing for you if you decide to play the game. Are we going to make it? Oh boy, they're cutting it close. We'll see. Oh, I think the harvest came in, so everybody's moving harvesting stuff. Oh, that's poorly timed. Oh boy, if he decides to take this right here, he's gonna go hungry. Hopefully this critter is smarter than he looks, and he smells the food or something because there is nothing along this path, and there is definitely food along this path. Oh, there we go. Okay, the Onbu has some sense of self-preservation. I'm so proud of you, giant dinosaur. You've done a great job. You deserve all the pets and all the tummy rubs in the world. New research. It just popped. All right, we can grow corn or we can get the kitchen. Let's get the kitchen next, and then we'll get the corn. I don't think we need this many farmers. They aren't even able to plant all these. So I may reclaim a person or two because honestly, we've doubled our food supply. It looks like we're consuming twice as much as we're producing twice as much as we're consuming. And so I'd like to get a couple workers back because it looks like they're spending a lot of time just moving things around from what it looks like to me. And so anyways, I need this to be prioritized, please. Like, I'm not trying to be pushy about this, but I didn't want to break out. Oh, the Onbu ate. Did he? Oh, I missed the eating animation, dude. I was so fixated on my colony that I missed out on his eating animation. Bro. Don't like that. Oh, I need planks for this. I just realized. Okay. Never mind. They're not incompetent. I didn't need to reassign my farmers. I just need refined goods from, like, the carpentry shop. Fair enough. We'll throw a carpentry shop down here on our main strip. See if it helps people out with their productivity, and then we'll get the hornblower done so that we can actually issue commands and kind of see what he does. We're going to be taking a little siesta pretty soon anyways, because our Onbu is, like, super sleepy. And so when he gets to this sleeping spot, I doubt that he's just going to pass over the top of it. It seems like there's some triggers that exist inside the meters where if he's like above 25%, basically you can guarantee he's going to clunk out. Apparently we're in fresh air right now. You love to see it. Good. we haven't really had nearly as many environmental hazards as we had when we played the demo the last time around, and so I am happy about that. Research is finished. We can get a village doctor, or we can get a scavenger hut. Scavenger hut sounds like a solid idea because we've been walking past a lot of these little side things over here that we can like pick off of with our scavengers. And so I think that would be helpful. I don't really have enough water being produced. So I'm thinking we may want to get another water harvester up and running. So let's build a road out here to the left. And we'll get another water condenser from the air done too. I'm trying to future-proof the best I can, but... Oh, the kitchen is big with 2 E's. Okay. Probably place the kitchen, like, over here. And then I'll run a road down and around it, maybe. And then we'll have, like, another group of houses over here. Seems like an okay plan. I do like how each hut is different. Like, they have different things in front of them. Some have, like, a big red pillow. Some of them have, like, a blue pillow. It's just, like, recolors, but it's good. It helps break up the monotony of, like, repeated sprites in rapid succession. And so I think that's always a good idea. Just to have, like, a little bit of diversity in the building models inside your game. All right, let's go back over here. We'll start pre-running a road back over this way. Maybe have one run down there. Although this is kind of a lot of activities. We are also out of wood, interestingly enough. And we're going to have to do something about that. I will send them to the great and powerful southern forest. Go forth and butcher the arboreal menace. They are the enemy of our society, and they must die. The tree remembers. The axe forgets. Our research is done. Very nice. We can get a village doctor, or we can get corn. Doctor seems like a good idea prior to the acquisition of corn. I don't know, like, corn, to me, kind of feels like one of those things that, like, it would be nice to have, but we already have beets and berries, and so, you know, maybe we focus on just getting something else first. You've encountered nomads looking for a new home. Yeah, we can pick them up. 2 more guys just joined the village. Good, I need more labor around here, and I don't mean to reduce. Your population has leveled up. The village's needs have increased. Check them in the top bar. Yeah, so we do have kind of like a list of needs over here, like a hierarchy. So everybody kind of wants houses, and everybody wants refined food at this point. The problem we're running into is that we have a little bit of a labor shortage in order to get that done. So it may be an okay idea. So we need slabs and we need planks to make the scavenger hut. And the scavenger hut, I assume, is just on the edge of Onbu. Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll get that going. We've already got this guy sawing away at logs all day, every day. We're not producing, like, a lot of them, but we are producing some of them. And we could get a stone cutter for right there as well. Although we are a little bit low on resources, just largely due to the fact that I think I have too many people doing various jobs. We'll go ahead and cut down on farming for right now. Just a little bit. Because we have so much food, and we can always reassign people back to being farmers in the off chance. Sleeping spot or food spot? Tiredness is a little bit higher. So I'll probably say to go north, but it's important to note that both of these paths... Oh, Onbu accepts your command. Okay, so this is kind of like an opt-in thing. Gotcha. Like, I issue command. He decides whether or not he wants to do said command. Fair enough. He is a giant dragon monster with a continent on his back. Who argues with the giant dragon monster with a continent on his back? Like, if he says no and really digs his heels in, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? It's not like we have some catastrophic device that burrows through the Onbu's shell all the way down to his exposed heart, and it's sealed with kind of like a, I don't know, like almost like an alien-style sort of Ridley Scott metal sphincter that we can open and then drop a large dart that impales his heart if he doesn't listen to us, thus killing him and us in the same process as sort of like a mutually assured coercion destruction. But you know, maybe someday. Makes mushrooms into Onbu food. I see. We would no longer be beholden to the map to give us the things we need. Gotcha. Let's get I'm going to focus on buildings rather than products, I think. And down goes the Onbu for another little nappy poo. We should be chilling over here for a little bit, I think. I don't know how fast the meter goes down. It actually goes down. Wow, it goes down really quickly. Surprisingly quickly. I'm just waiting on like tree harvesting and stuff to happen, so we don't really have much to work on for right now. We do need to get the scavenger hunt up and running though, so it looks like the wood planks have already been delivered. Is there a way to set limits on how many of these that I want to produce? I don't see a spot where I can look at my inventory and set limits. I would like to really only have 10 slabs and 10 planks at a time. Unfortunately, I don't see anything like that by clicking up here. It may exist, but I took a few minutes to look for it, and if it does not exist, that definitely needs to be added. I've been seeing a lot of village builders and colony builders lately where you don't have the ability to set limits on production, and having control over that is actually quite important in a game like this. Now, it's entirely possible that it's connected to a building or something that you get later on, like a quartermaster or something of that nature, and if so, I retract that suggestion. But I do think that every colony sim should have a way to be like, produce this many and no more, because I still need some of the intermediate products in order to do various activities. So as soon as the slabs are done, we'll be able to send people out and scavenge. We are officially entering the desert, though, so I got a feeling it's going to get a little bit dry out here. Our food supply is not terrible. I've got it basically idling right now. Basically. Like, we're only losing, like, 1 food a day, in effect. And so I've got us pretty much where I want us to be with regards to our water output and our food inputs and things like that. I think we're okay. Onbu has entered the desert. Yep, it looks pretty deserted out here. It's definitely got, like, a deserty vibe. On the plus side, as we get here, our scavenger hut is up. And it looks like we can open up a map, and we can tell them to go to places. A ruined settlement, a few desperate survivors or leftover food might be found here. I do need survivors. Yeah, let's go ahead and we need more people. I think that's really what we need. If I could get like 7 or 8 more people, I'd be a lot happier with our workflow. Let's go ahead and continue putting out houses over here. I don't know if we need 1 or 2 more. I think we only picked up 2 more people, so I think we just need like 1 more. Yeah, all these places' outputs are full too, so I think we've definitely got a throughput issue when it comes to our workforce. We're not condensing water at all now that we're in an arid environment. So that's a thing. Still, I think we'll be all right. Food is actually falling off pretty sharp right now. I don't know if it's just because a harvest hasn't come in late. Oh, it's falling off because people aren't bringing stuff in from over here. Gotcha. Yeah, we don't have enough idle workers. We have a group of settlers. Yeah, pick them up. Pick them up. Pick them up. Bring them in. 2 more. There we go. We're not going to assign anybody to jobs in the near future. Not 1 person will be assigned to a job because we need just more random people carrying objects and dropping them off places and like picking up things and just moving them to the storage. We can get a Onbu doctor or a feeding trebuchet. We do have a tree over here too that lets us know what leads to what. And so it's probably not a bad idea to familiarize ourselves with that either. So village doctor leads to decontaminator. We get a warehouse over there. Dung collector. Okay. Feeding trebuchet takes us to the food liquefier. The Onbu laxative? Oh boy. I don't think we need to be giving our Onbu X-Lax. Like, I think he's swift enough as is. I think he's swift enough as is without extra propulsion sources. That's just my thought. That's just sort of the way that I'm choosing to think about it. Yeah, minus 24 food is not great. Hey, we got more villagers from that place. Nice. Ooh. 4 more people joined. Very good. Okay. Nice. Let's get like 2 more houses built. Can't get any more houses down there. So we'll go another house over here, another house over there. And it looks like we need to get food quality up and running. I think that's going to be sort of our next big task, I would think. So with some of the new villagers, we'll assign 2 of them to be farmers, because obviously they are going to be eating food, and they need to, like, earn their keep. I would like to get us out of the arid environment, because I'm a little bit worried about our water supply. Yeah, go ahead and send them over to go grab water. We'll try to tell the Onbu to take a right here. Onbu doesn't trust your commands. Uh-oh. Well, he's pretty hungry, so hopefully he goes the direction that has the food. Otherwise, we got a crisis on our hands. But let's go ahead and we'll build up the kitchen, too, because I said I was going to do that. But yeah, this is the Wandering Village. I think the game's pretty fantastic so far. I can't tell you how the late game and mid game stuff is going to go, but that's why we're going to stream the game, so that we can get a feel for that. So far, my impressions are tentatively positive. I haven't seen anything jumping out at me just yet that makes the game a not buy if you're into this kind of stuff. The soundtrack seems to be quite good. The randomization, I think, will add some replay value. Aside from that, I feel like the game is very beautifully well animated. The menus are tasteful and well thought out. They are easy to access, and the game is pretty easy to pick up and learn. Onbu continues to not trust my commands. Bro, if you don't take this right here, dude, if you don't hang a righty, I need you to hang this righty, bro. The righty was not hung. So yeah, that's an issue. That'll be something that we've got to figure out and deal with. The good news is, well, nope, that's bad news. Never mind, we're still in the desert. I wanted to turn that way because it basically fixes all of our problems. RIP! Okay. We aren't out of water. We are producing food. How many cooks do we have in the kitchen right here? Oh, nice! The cooks actually, they multiply your food. Very nice. Okay, yeah, I can live with that. So they make your food far more efficient. From what I'm seeing anyways. Yeah, absolutely they do. They take 3 meals and turn it into 5 meals. So that's not bad. I think that's definitely easier to deal with. The Onbu does have a sleeping spot in this direction, so that'll work out. I would like to see, what do we have going on here in the desert? Let's go ahead and send them out to go grab some, well, I don't know if we need the water just yet. We're not really condensing water because we're in the desert. But anyways, I got sidetracked. Yeah, presentation-wise, I think the game looks great. The soundtrack is fantastic. I think the animation looks good. I think the UI is pretty easy to figure out and does not take a whole lot of effort to really get a handle on. And so anyways, I don't see any warning signs just yet that would make me think this game is a terrible idea. But we'll go ahead and we'll probably end up streaming the game over the next day or two. So pay attention to my Discord or whatever. We'll get a little bit further on into the title. Maybe we'll crash and tank a few of our colonies into the ground just to see what to do, what not to do. And then from there, hopefully you'll be able to make up your mind. Sorry, my brain is apparently not functioning today. From that point, you'll be able to decide whether or not this is the title for you. I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day. Today on the chopping block, we had The Wandering Village, a game that's entering early access very, very soon after the posting of this video. Tomorrow we'll have something else. Thank you for hanging out with me. That's about all I got, and take care, everybody.